Well, that's well said, and that certainly is a good summary of the meetings to date. Some analysts, Madam Ambassador, have noted what they see as slight differences in the Russian position, that Russia is no longer demanding a NATO guarantee that Ukraine never join, which NATO's absolutely rejected, but has said Russia would be content with a Ukrainian declaration of neutrality. There are several other conditions that they've added, but in general, they seem, to some analysts, to be less severe, moving in the direction of what might be something that could be discussed than was the case before. Does your government share that analysis, that there's been a little bit of movement on the Russian side?
So far, we haven't seen a movement on the Russian side as regards actually taking steps. As far as the language is concerned, we do see some different nuances. I would recall that when Russia assaulted Ukraine, the language was this was a war to denazify Ukraine, to demilitarize it. He called the Ukrainian leadership a bunch of drug addicts and Nazis. Now the notion is out there that both presidents might meet. All of that seems to indicate a shift. But again, as the famous adage goes, the test of the pudding comes with the eating. I would also point out that so far, the war has certainly not gone the way that the Russian president will have expected. It's been bogged down. He certainly doesn't seem to have expected the fierce and resolute and defiant Ukrainian resistance. He certainly hasn't expected the degree of unity among allies, not only in the NATO context, but far beyond that. Countries from Switzerland to Singapore have joined in adopting sanctions, and 141 states in the United Nations only last week have condemned the Russian war. So it's as it usually is. Once the first shot is being fired, you're in a completely different dynamic, and the dynamic that Russia sees itself confronted with right now is a completely different one than the one it had expected to achieve.